Alrighty, so not knowing what we're going to see today, we're going to go ahead and call this. We're right there. We're at the parking lot. There's Angel. Good morning, Angel. We are at the parking lot where we're getting on trail, and bam, immediately mountain stream of the day, because I'm not sure we're going to see many more. I don't know. It seems like maybe we did see. I think maybe there are some streams today in the map. Yeah, I think we do have water today. I think maybe it's another day down the road that it gets a little bit dicey and goes a little ways. But anyway, really nice little creek right here running through, and we're going to say our prayers and get on our way. Well, I'm trying to decide if this is clean water going through red mud, or if it's just muddy water. I think it's mostly the creek bed that's muddy, but then there's a lot of mud up here on the bank too. I guess they just kind of cleaned it out some to make a good water source, but it looks like a nice spring. But we're still good on water, so we're good. We'll talk to you up the trail. Well, our day started with a bit of a climb. I think we're not quite done yet, but at the moment, we're on flat. There's a river down there, I'm pretty sure. I guess we're still following the Susquehanna River a little bit. At the moment, we're going flat, but there's another little bump here at the end. And then I think overall the trail trends downhill for the rest of the day. This is our first day carrying weight in Pennsylvania. This is the first time Gavin's even worn his new pack, except for, you know, carrying it across a parking lot or something into a hotel room or something like that. So I'm assuming, since he's not in sight right now, it must be carrying well and he's feeling okay about the day. I think Beth and Griff are coming up tomorrow, and that'll be kind of cool. Be nice to have them. And hopefully we'll be able to slack pack for a few days more while they're here. And then we're getting into some areas where there's several hostels and things like that that offer slack packing. So as long as we can afford to do it, it's a pretty good gig if you can get it. So anyway, that's what's going on today. I'm gonna wander on down the trail and get this last little bump of an up taken care of. Of course, right now I'm going down, but I think that's right after that is where we start going up just a little bit more, a couple 300 feet maybe, not far. And then after that, it should be a good day. Well, I stopped at this because it's kind of an interesting little place here. There's a pool of water. Obviously, it's kind of swampy here. You can see it's running right there. I'm not so sure, but we're not walking over rocks right here. Low-hanging branch. I'm not so sure that we're not walking over rocks and it just goes underground right there. Kind of interesting. We're definitely walking over rocks, that's for sure. That may not change today. Who knows? We'll see how it goes, but anyway, we're moving along. Something's beginning to rush pretty heavily. I hear it running. And, oh, there it is, creek coming up. And there's folks behind us. Just walked up, I think. Okay, I can do that too. So we're gonna let them walk along. How we doing?
Hi.
Don't mind us, we're just videoing and walking slowly. Alrighty, yeah, we passed those guys yesterday. We were going the wrong way yesterday.
Yeah.
Y'all have a safe hike.
You do.
So we can get across this creek without wet feet here. It's interesting, I wonder if there's tannin in there or if that's really odd. The way that the water is orangish over there. It's very clear right here running in, and then it's very orangey over there. I don't know whether that means there's tannin in the water. I don't know. But a really nice running stream right there. That's what we were hearing. So maybe that's going to be our mountain stream of the day, because that other one was kind of I don't know, it was okay. I just wasn't sure what we were going to come across today. So we're going to call that one. Oh, nice. Quicksand. Just kidding, it's just mud. And we're not even in Vermont yet. Pennsylvania is known for the rocks, sometimes called Rocksylvania. Vermont, often called Vermud, known for its mud holes. We seem to have walked through a lot of mud here in Pennsylvania, in addition to all the rocks. we're moving on down the trail. I think we've peaked out for the day for the most part. We have one other little climb at the later in the day, not too bad. Sun's trying to peek out. I think the weather forecast today was partly cloudy with a 90% chance of rocks. So hopefully that'll hold true except for the rock part. Maybe we can dodge that. But the good thing about the rocks right now is they're giving us a little bit of respite from the ankle deep mud holes. I'm not sure which I'd rather have. We could have really nice smooth rocks in the mud holes. That'd be kind of cool. I could deal with that. But,
Make the rocks fill in the mud holes.
yeah, to fill in the mud holes with the rocks. That would probably be easier than draining the mud holes, that's for sure. So we're walking through this fairly open forest here. We've got some pine trees up here, some sprucey looking things up there. And mountain laurels to the sides. I'd say our elevation is, I don't even know what the elevation is, probably around 1,000 feet maybe. Maybe lower than that. No, because we were going to peak out. I think we peaked out around 1,300 today. So we're probably around 1,000 feet. And we kind of gently slope downhill for the bulk of the day. Towards the end, we go up about 500, and then we go downtown, or down into the town of Lickdale, or Jonestown. I don't know, I was Googling a hotel in Lickdale, because that's what our map says. And the hotel shows Jonestown. And our map actually has Jonestown in parentheses under Lickdale, so I wonder which one is the preferred name, or if there's two communities that are very close together, or how that works exactly. So anyway, just to kind of give you a sense of what we're dealing with, this is our trail right now, and pretty good little walking area, except for the mud holes, and you know, we'll take what we got. At least we're not going straight up, and we're not having hand over hand rock climbs. We're not boulder hopping. These rocks aren't too sharp most of the time, some of the time, so it's all good. Alrighty, so the trail is the creek. Or the creek is the trail, or whatever. We just stopped to have a little bit of a lunch break right here, and we are moving on. Gavin's out there somewhere. Our best bet is that he's probably going to make the shelter in about 5 miles. Where does all that water go? Where does the water go? It must go underground right here. That's pretty cool. That's just awesome. Anyway, our best guess is he'll probably make the shelter about 5 miles out, and maybe he'll stop there. And you know, from there we don't have too far to go. So we're going to try to go as quickly as we can down to get on out of here and get to Lickdale or Jonestown or whatever they call it, is the next little town up, and see if we can slack pack again tomorrow, because man, we're lazy. That's such a nice thing to be able to slack pack. But anyway, pretty nice little trail. And oh, by the way, since that one is the actual AT right back there, that one is going to get the nomination, the award for Stream of the Day, since the Stream of the Day is also the trail. So anyway, we're moving along. Well, this is a nice little area. I just walked up from back here and popped into this little campsite area. It's wide open. Of course, there's a few rocks over there, but man, this over here is really nice. Be a good place to stay. There's a name for it. Let's see what it is. Yellow Springs. Old coal mining village. Ruins circa the 1850s. Interesting. Okay. So the hole that I saw back over here, I'm going to try to turn slowly. This over here may, I don't know whether that was parts of an old foundation or something. I don't know. There's just a ton of rocks right there, but nowhere else. Well, in a relative sense. So I don't know, interesting. Blue Waste Trail, I'm sure that goes to water, would be my best guess. And we just got some water, so I think we're good. In fact, I probably didn't need to get water, but I did. I filled up one of my bottles. I've got my bladder filled in the pack. Downside to carrying a bladder is not knowing how much water you have left. So I feel like I always drink less, because I'm always worried that I'm going to be drinking and it's going to run dry on me and still have miles to go before I can get more water. So I had about half a liter in the bottle that I filled the liter up, drank some with my lunch because it's easier to deal with a bottle than it is to try to get the hose and take everything out of the pack. And I left about a half liter in the bottle and tossed it in my pack, just so that I know that I still have a little bit of water left and I don't have to ration quite as much, although we're 5 miles from a shelter or less. So, honestly, there's not much rationing. I can do 5 miles without having to worry about how much is left in the bladder back there, because I know it's not very hot today. I haven't drunk that much. So anyway, I'm going to plow on up the trail and see if Gavin's pulled off at the shelter up here. I may stop in and visit him for a second and tell him, hey, let's go on down the road into town. Somewhere I got to find some signal and make a few phone calls so that I make sure I can get a reservation at the hotel and call my brother-in-law and wish him a happy birthday. So anyway, if I don't get it up with you, Dan, at least I thought about you. Happy birthday to you. And we hope to see you guys soon. Well, I haven't done one of these in a while. I'm hiking by myself for a little while, so I thought I would. We were talking about the fact that the trail today has been incredibly muddy. Ankle deep mud holes in some places. You have to kind of get to the side of the trail or hope that you can see some rocks sticking up through. And while that's inconvenient for hikers, it's those mud holes are an incredibly important part of the trail. People don't realize, because they provide a breeding ground for one of the most important species out here. That would be the mosquito. Yeah, so those mud holes and everything, the swampy areas, they provide a place for the mosquitoes to frolic and reproduce, and they're very important to the trail for a lot of reasons. First of all, when you're hiking, you don't think about it very much, but you're out here for 6 months, or in our case longer, and you're working your legs to fare thee well, but you don't ever do anything with your arms. You're holding your trekking poles, yeah, sure, there's no big deal there, but the mosquitoes give you a great chance to exercise your arms by trying to swat at the mosquitoes and shoo them away from your face and your ears where they're buzzing. Slapping your legs, that increases the circulation in your legs, and it also gives you a little bit of an upper body workout, bending over to swat at your legs. So the mosquitoes are kind of important to us hikers to provide us a way to exercise the rest of our body aside from just our legs. And then the other thing is they provide an economic boon for the trail for the manufacturers of mosquito nets. I don't have one. We bought Gavin one the other day because we came into Duncannon in a fog of mosquitoes. Not fog, but just mosquitoes were rampant that day. That was probably the worst day for me. So you buy a mosquito net that sits on your head and covers down to your neck, I guess. And that way, I guess, you're less worried about all the mosquitoes that you hear buzzing in your face, and you're not breathing mosquitoes or eating them or whatever. You're not swatting at your face so much. So, these mud holes are important to the livelihood of the mosquitoes, which are also important on the AT. And I just thought I'd take a few minutes and share that with you. So anyway, I'm gonna head on up the trail a bit. As I said, I'm out by myself, back where the trail turned to river a few minutes ago. I told them I was gonna walk on just a little bit and stretch my legs and that sort of a thing. And I'll get up here to the shelter. I suspect Gavin is there, or will be there. I doubt he's there quite yet. I don't think he's that far in front of us, but we'll wait and regroup there. At least 3 of the 4 of us will. I suspect Gavin will continue to walk on out in front because he enjoys that. That's fine. I do like having him in front better than having him in the back. I don't worry about him, but at least if he has an issue, we'll be walking toward him instead of having to stop and turn around. And that's a lesson we learned the hard way back when he turned his ankle in the Shenandoahs. We had to go backwards about 1.5 miles to get up with him. But I will turn this thing back around here a little bit and show you some more of the trail, but I'm gonna put it up and walk on. Ooh, there's a good shot of my beard, which has gotten way out of control. Sorry, Beth. Well, when I come to areas like this, it gives me great pause to wonder how on earth am I gonna traverse that without getting my shoes absolutely sopping wet. I think I can go to the right. Step over here for a minute and see, because there's no way you can get to about right there, but then the water goes off to the left. Wow, what a mess. So it looks like I'm going through the laurels over here to the right. Wow, what a day. I guess we should be thankful we're not rock hopping, because I know that's coming, but I'm honestly not sure which one's going to be worse. Well, this is kind of nice. I just stepped out of the woods into this open area. We've got a good-sized creek rolling down there. I haven't seen it yet, but I have heard it for 1/2 mile or better. If I'm not badly mistaken, I see the roof of a building up here, so I must be near to the shelter. I got here a little quicker than I thought I would, if that's what that is. That may just be a big rock, because I really don't feel like I've walked far enough to be to the shelter. No, that's just a big rock pile. I thought it was a roof, but no, I'm wrong. But it's interesting nonetheless. In the last few minutes anyway, the mud holes have eased off a good bit. That's a nice thing. Pretty happy about that. I still don't get this. No, it's just a big rock. I don't know if you can see anything from up there or not. It's pretty evident that some people have walked up it. Well, I think it is. But anyway, I'll keep on going, because I was going to stop at the shelter and breathe and rest for a little bit, take on some water, probably eat a bar or something out of my bag to lighten the bag up. So we'll meander on down that way, and we'll talk to you soon. That was sorry for the false alarm. Alrighty, that's what I've been hearing. That's a lot of water down there. It's a pretty heavy rushing stream right there. Oh, I just noticed there's a big hole right in front of me. And I think there's a source of water down in there as well, feeding into the stream, or creek, or whatever you call it. Well, it's really nice. I'm not going to go down the hill just because I don't feel like walking down there and walking. Well, I don't mind walking down there. I don't want to walk back. I'm going to go down to the shelter. I wonder if this goes down in front of the shelter, because this would be the perfect water source and natural feature that would be awesome for a shelter area. But there's just water coming in from all over. I don't know if you can see right there. Water's just kind of pouring off the side of the hill there. And I guess that's some testimony to the amount of rain that we've had the last couple of nights. We had some yesterday afternoon. I don't know whether actually, I think it did rain some more last night. And the day before yesterday, we had a storm the night before last. So I guess that's why there's so much water here. But it sure is pretty, and it sounds awfully nice. So I'm going to leave this beside, because I'm going to be walking parallel to it for a little bit and head on to the shelter. Well, here's a slightly less obstructed view. Only slightly. I still have to believe that wherever the shelter is up here, I bet it's going to be near this creek right here. But that remains to be seen. I haven't read about the shelter that I remember. I probably read about it. I just have slept since I looked at the book. Oh, there's a sign. Okay, Yellow Springs 4.9, Horseshoe Trail 8.4. 325 is 11.4. I wonder if that means I've come that far, because I really sort of think that's where we got on this morning. Maybe not. I don't know whether we've come that far. I guess we should have. I guess we should have come that far. So maybe, we gotta find a place that is not sopping wet right here. Okay, there we go. Now, the one thing I can't explain is all the foaminess in the water and the redness. And I wonder if there's just some sort of a red algae down there that's growing on the rocks below. It looks like that in a couple of the feeder streams anyway. And it makes me wonder if that's what we're seeing. Also, I just happen to notice, if you look across right there, it almost looks as if this has been dammed up, or not dammed up, but supported by these rocks here, and then there's some others right there. That just doesn't look like a natural thing. So I'm kind of curious about that, what makes that the way that it is. Anyway, we're going to keep wandering on. still in search of the shelter to sit down and rest for a little bit and take my pack off. Alrighty, well I'm still on video. I thought I was on photograph, but that's all right too. I just walked a few more feet down in this river where Heavy Creek turns a little bit. I thought I'd show you that. And then I'll keep on heading. It's one of those kind of oh wow things, and when that happens I always try to remember to take out my camera. We got a trail turn right here somewhere. So a change in the trail. It's not a kickover blaze right here. But I guess that means we need to be paying attention to which way the trail actually goes and doesn't go. I think there may be another trail coming in somewhere. Yeah, there's a blue blaze right there. We'll see what this says. Okay, Roush Gap Shelter 0.3 miles. I don't want to go to a shelter that badly. I'm going to sit down right here and chill for a little while. If I had known that, I would have sat back down there where the creek was. But anyway, be that as it may, I'm going to chill for a little bit and take my pack off and rest. A lot of water out here because of the rain yesterday, and I think I had surmised that earlier. It's kind of neat how that's, what's that? Oh yeah, it's kind of swirling around right there. I think that's kind of cool. But I think a lot of this is runoff, and there it goes down the other side right there. But that can't be the whole creek that we saw. We're going to have to pass that in a minute. Actually, I think we do. I think we come on a bridge in a little ways up the road here. Actually, we're on a dirt road right now. This is rocks at their finest. So we're not going to complain about this. Fact of the matter is, I'd stay on this the rest of the way. I think. At least at the moment, it beats the tar out of what we've been walking on so far through most of the day. And this is a well-graded road. There's no divots or ruts or anything. There's the little bridge up there where the bulk of the creek comes through. Yeah, I think a lot of this water is because of the rain the last couple of days. I think it's usually this wet down through here. Now there is the word somewhere we're supposed to come on some flooded trail because of a beaver dam. And I don't know whether that's today. I thought it was going to be tomorrow, but Gavin said he thought it was today. I honestly thought it was about where we got off the trail today and north of that, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out eventually. If we have to start swimming instead of walking, then we'll know we've come to that. Well, that's pretty. I can get over here to this. Hawkeye's stopped up here. There's a sign of some kind, and that may denote the flooding area. Who knows? Now that's a catch basin right there. That's very intentionally been set up the way that it is. And the creek goes right up underneath us here on this bridge. And it goes out prettier there. That side's a lot prettier, I think. And we'll see what this says. The village of Roush Gap stood here from 1828 to 1910. Peak population of 1,000. Oh, well there you go. Alrighty, so anyway, we have a decision. Do we want to take the dry route on the AT 1.6 miles or the water crossing with the beaver dam ahead?
That means we're going to have a long way to go.
You think? I don't know. I wonder if it's marked on the map. Bullfrog is pulling out his map. Gavin is relaxing or something. So we'll flip a coin or argue about it or something for a minute and we'll pick a direction. The decision has been made. We are going to the beaver dam. So we'll see how things go. I saw somebody say on our mapping app that they've got Crocs and Crocs will make it work, so we'll see what happens. Alrighty then, those are not cypress trees. We have come across the beaver dam. And I think we are going to switch over into our lighter weight footwear. And we'll go across the beaver dam and hopefully not be too nasty on the other side of it. This should be interesting. Maybe we made the wrong choice. Maybe I made the wrong choice because I called this one. I was the one that said, hey, we've all got Crocs, let's do that. But we'll see what happens. Huh? Should be fun, Gavin says. I agree. Should be interesting. I think what he said there was he's going first. So I'm going to set things down and change my footwear. Beaver Dam crossing, take one. I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to go Angel's way or Gavin's way. Yeah, I might go Gavin's way, but I am going to try something he suggested months ago. I'm going to clip the phone in the case and let it record me as I go across, so that when I fall and go splash, you'll see it. So we'll see how this goes. Whoa, that was deep. That's kind of gross. We'll fish for it. Yeah, this is kind of sloppy here. Gavin said, oh no, I lost a Croc. Yeah, as long as I don't straddle this log, I think we're going to be in good shape here. I don't know what kind of gripping power the Crocs have for going down little hillish looking things. We're going to see how things go. Ooh, that was deep. All right, I see that Gavin has left the dam. Oh, I'll do the same. Yuck, this is gross. And we're still going. Oh man. Oh wow, this is... Okay.
Which way did you go so I can go the same way?
Oh, big hole. Yeah, you don't want to step off there. This doesn't look to be the cleanest water in the whole wide world. Doesn't smell to be the cleanest water either. Ugh, I would disagree with that. There's the neat part. So we got trekking poles, thankfully. So this is, yeah, this was not on the list of things. I've got a rock in my shoe the size of Kentucky. Ouch. I'm gonna have to slip my foot out of my shoe and dump whatever that is. That hurts. Oh, don't fall in the water. Okay, it wasn't a rock, it was a stick. But still, it hurt. All right, continuing on now. This may be the most interesting section of video that I've taken yet. Wow. This is tearing my feet up. Almost. I just bent the out of my pole and ruined my video. Yeah, I see that. Oh me, I guess I will have to delete that one word from the video because otherwise I'm sure this is quite interesting, but I just fell And I don't know if you can tell, but I just bent my trekking pole.
Wait, did it help you back?
Go, bud, go, bud, go, bud. Goodness. Okay, so I called this one. Maybe I ought not to have. But it's different. It adds some interest to the day. Oh, I'm not sure this is the interest I was going for. Oh, wow. Oh, holy cow, what a mess. Whoa, lost a foot. All right, dig them out. Gavin's lost both of his Crocs in the mud. Dig them out. I'm gonna walk on. Wow, what a mess. Nice. Boy, wasn't that fun. Uh-oh. Yeah. So another shot of the,
At this point.
yeah. Just come on, just pick them up and come on. I don't know whether you can see anything at all through this video. I got it clipped to my shoulder strap. But anyway, that's the beaver dam footage. Thanks for joining us. Well, not real sure what that's all about. A pair of boots and some clothing there. Winter clothing. I don't get it. But who knows? We're on the last part of the last up. About 4 miles, I think. Maybe 3.5 from the end of our trip today. It's been a 17 plus. Punctuated by lots of muddy patches along the trail and a couple of 100 yards across a beaver dam, knee deep at some places. So I will be happy to get to this last top up here. Hopefully that's the last challenge of the day. We'll see. Maybe we'll have boulder fields going down, I don't know. That would be the perfect ending to this day, because otherwise it's not been too bad of a day, except for the mud and the beaver dam. Well, we have just emerged from the woods. I wasn't expecting this. There's not even gravel on this path. This is all dirt and no mud to this point. That's pretty daggone neat. Yeah, probably did. Bullfrog says I jinxed us. Now we've got a little gravel. Dang it. Okay. There's no beer on this path. I probably can't use that in a YouTube video. Sorry. Whoops. Oh well. We're moving along, probably 2 miles from town, and hoping to get there sooner than later. It's been a long day today. Lots of mud, quite a few rocks, more mud, and then a trek across a beaver dam about knee deep in the muck. That was not fun. Everybody else had a real blast from that one. I was wearing my Crocs and stuff was getting down in there, and I had sticks in my Crocs, and I bent my trekking pole. About fell in the water. I did get the trekking pole bent back, I think. I wonder if it's the same one. I bent one of them. I've had 2 or 3 small bends, and I wonder if it's always happening to the same one. And I know if I were going to be somewhere predictable, I could have Lecky to send me another lower section. But it's just hard to know where I'm going to be when they're going to have a package shipped to me. But we may have to sit down and figure that out. Well, we picked up this little stream down here on our left in the latter couple of miles of the day. And our trail right now is just nice. I know that we've got about 200 or 300 feet up somewhere and then back down into town. And then we go about the business of trying to figure out how we're going to get from one end of town to the other. But we'll sort that out when the time is right. So there is absolutely nothing like ending your day in a challenge. Ooh, that doesn't look safe. Wow, how about that? Yeah, buddy. Nothing like a challenge. I am gonna bust my tail. Yeah, I'm not liking that at all. So, anyway. All right, once you get to the big thing, it seems to be okay. Here comes Hawkeye. That moves, be careful. Alrighty. I guess it's time for me to put the phone away now. I'm gonna talk to you soon. Hopefully I'll be dry when I do. Purple coneflowers, folks. Beautiful. With a butterfly on top. How about that? How about that? Oh, there you go. Spread out for me. We got a honeybee over here. Yep, got a honeybee everywhere. Got a couple over there. Wow, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. We're about 1.5 miles, I think, from being where we are. And we're gonna carry on up the road.